Hey everybody, Josh Lupresto, VP of Sales Engineering here at Telarus, back for Season 2, Race to the Summit with our Engineering Deep Dive. Today I'm joined with my good friend Justin Wilson, Head of Engineering for Mosaic NetworX. Justin, welcome. Good to have you, man.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
All right, let's jump in. So tell me a little bit about you. Before we get into Mosaics, tell me about Justin,
Sure.
right? What have you done? I think you got some cool background stuff to share.
Yeah. So I've worked in with a number of startups in the Bay Area and beyond for many years, including some household names like Slack Technologies, Lookout Mobile Security, and others. And prior to that, I was actually working in the consulting space with international consulting firm Deloitte, doing security and privacy consulting for Fortune 500 companies. Um, Most recently, I was with my own business, a consulting firm that I started that Mosaic acquired by the name of Brew Labs. So joined up with Mosaic here and officially at the beginning of February.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, let's get into Mosaic, right? For anybody, the whole point of this is that if they don't know you, here's, they're going to learn about you guys in here and we're going to get a little technical.
Mhm.
So from just a level set, who is Mosaic?
So Mosaic is a global network aggregator on one level, but we also have a large offering around professional services and managed services. So we're not just a one-trick pony, if you will, that's going to sell circuits and so forth. We're a managed service provider that is multifaceted.
So if you break down, talk to me about some of those services, right? What are all those things? When we say, I think obviously we understand the network aggregation piece, right? And you guys do that
Mhm.
great, at a global scale. Talk to me about what are those managed services? What's all encompassed in that?
Sure. So one of our core offerings is managed SD-WAN as a service. So we're not just pushing out boxes and so forth. We're offering it as a fully managed service, integrated with circuits, white glove delivery and discovery of the network. So those services get implemented and integrated properly. On top of that, we have managed service offerings around managed firewalls, LANs, and so forth. Managed security offerings, such as the managed SIM SOC offering. So we'll ingest all the alerts and everything from your network and provide actionable intelligence out the back end, so that you're not drinking from the fire hose in the alerting world with the traditional SIM. On top of that, we have professional services offering. So we can work with pretty much any network vendor out there, go in and whether it's an implementation project or a firefighting effort, if you will, if you've got a problem that's come up and you can't find it where that problem's at, or you don't have the resources to, we can come in and help with those kind of things. So we have a CCIE powered professional services team that works across our managed services as well.
And then going back to just for a second, because this is a hot topic, right, from the SD-WAN side,
Sure.
just give me for a second, what are some of the SD-WAN platforms that you guys like to work with? Is there, ones that you prefer, ones that you work more with?
Yep.
What's all available in that?
Yeah, so we're primarily a VeloCloud shop today. We've got relationships, though, with other vendors such as Fortinet and so on. And we actually have some exciting news coming up about an up-and-coming SD-WAN provider that we're going to be adding to our portfolio. Not quite ready to talk about it and mention the name of that vendor yet, but we're going to be expanding beyond that as well. So VeloCloud's been our core offering to date, and we've done hundreds of implementations with VeloCloud, large and small. So we've gotten really experienced with that, and we were an early adopter of VeloCloud. But we're looking at the landscape today. We're looking to expand beyond VeloCloud.
Let's talk. Let's extend this into some key differentiators. So,
Sure.
our partners often have to try to figure out what's different between if I have provider A that does something and provider B that does something. Let's say we have another provider that does network aggregation and does SD-WAN. Whether this is ideally there's some technical components to this, but tell me
Mhm.
what differentiates you guys in that space for partners to understand.
Sure. So there's a couple of things that I want to highlight there. So on the SD-WAN front, we only deploy the premium licenses for VeloCloud, just as an example. And what that actually means is you often have carriers or other partners that will deploy VeloCloud for SD-WAN, but they're going to deploy it where it's cost effective and convenient for them. So usually in their own data centers. or their own colo spaces and so forth. So you end up with VeloCloud gateways, which are a core component of the VeloCloud SD-WAN offering. You end up with a handful of those, where it's, again, cost effective and convenient for those other partners and carriers. We leverage the premium licenses from VeloCloud, which actually gives us access to the thousands of VeloCloud gateways that are out there in the world that VeloCloud maintains on our behalf and our customers' behalf and so forth. That's important because you get that ability to scale globally. You're not just restricted to those gateways that may be domestic here in the US. But in addition to that, we'll eliminate folks having to troubleshoot servers and systems, and we can go straight to the horse's mouth, if you will. If there's a problem with that offering from VeloCloud, we can go to them directly and cut out some steps in there so we can resolve issues faster if they were to come up. In addition to that, another differentiator would be that we are all of our folks on the technical engineering side are CCIE. So we're actually doing a white glove delivery, which is different than a lot of other partners will deliver. They're going to sell you a box or sell you some light services and say, here's a diagram, you should put it here. We're actually, we want to get engaged into the network itself and do discovery work and touch your customers' routers and switches and figure out what the traffic flows are, what the routes are, and so forth. And so we can make sure it's an optimal deployment and the device is inserted where it should go. And then we just pair that SD-WAN, those professional services, along with the network aggregation. So we actually feel that we have a different offering because we can run beyond just circuits and SD-WAN. We can actually provide and solve other problems during that implementation project as well.
Good stuff. So let's talk about, you guys follow this triad of IT strategic service. What does that mean?
Sure. Yeah, we've talked a little bit about that already. So the triad really is our core network aggregation services as one leg of that triad. The second leg of that triad would be SD-WAN as a service. And then the third would be the managed service, professional service, and security service offering. So kind of our services business, if you will. So we can play well in any one of those three areas independently. So if you had a customer that came to you and said they needed a circuit or circuits, we can do that easily. Globally, we have a lot of presence in LATAM and other regions that are hard to serve. We can provide SD-WAN independent of circuits, so we can provide it as a service, and the customers can manage it as little or as much as they want to in a co-managed environment with us. And then our services offering, where we can come in and kind of run the gamut from network managed services, professional services, security services, and so forth. And all those can be sourced and sold independently of each other. It's not a package offering by any means, but they can be packaged together for that full triad of services.
Good stuff. So let's talk about a case study. You've got an example I think we should talk through. You want to talk just, and kind of when we go through this example, let's make sure that we highlight, why did you get brought in, right? What was the reason you got brought in? What did you understand the problems in the environment to be? And then, really what did you replace it with? What did you replace, right? And kind of what was that experience after, if you could talk through that. Yeah,
absolutely. So the project that I want to talk about from a case study standpoint is one of our customers, Command Corp. This project has actually been published in a number of SD-WAN centric websites and networking websites and so forth. Their IT team came to us with because we were already providing them circuits and some other smaller services and so forth, but we had a good relationship with their folks. They came to us and said, hey, we know you have professional services and we know you do SD-WAN. Can you do Palo Alto deployments? And we also want to do all of our deployment virtualized. So they came to us with a run book and said, hey, we're replacing all of our firewalls globally. Take a look at this run book. Is this something that you guys can help us execute on? We need input on it. We want to have it reviewed for a sanity check and so forth. So we went in, we said, yeah, we can deploy your virtualized UCPE hardware, running VMware, running your Palo Alto on top of that VMware environment, and running VeloCloud SD-WAN on the same box. and we can provide circuits along with it, 4G cradle point backups globally. So we did a sanity check on their plan, added to it, and we were able to go in and replace a fleet of disparate firewalls and MPLS network globally across 40 some odd sites. And be able to white glove delivery of that to be able to bring it up in an effective fashion. And then they layered onto that in the middle of the project and said, hey, we want to replace our blue coat content filtering. We want to use Palo Alto along with it. Can you help us with that as part of the project? I said, sure. We've got folks that have great experience there. We can do that. And so it was this project that started as we want to replace our firewalls and replace our MPLS. We've got an idea of how we want to do it from a kind of a unique standpoint. We're not deploying any one vendor's hardware that you would traditionally do for Palo Alto and VeloCloud. We want to do it our own way, ship a box that's pre-configured that the local folks can help plug in and so forth. And we want to make sure it's all effective and we can turn down our MPLS and so forth. One of the drivers and one of the unique things with this is it was time bound because the company was going through the middle of a divestiture of a portion of their business. And some of the components that we're talking about here were going with the other business. They weren't staying with the remaining company. So we had a limited time frame to do all this work and get the project completed.
Good stuff. Good example. Love the detail. So we, any of our providers, we always want to make sure that our team, the engineering team, understands what you guys do. I think, at a technical level, so that when partners bring us in, we can get you not just more at bats, but really great quality at bats. So, we're adding value in helping our partners dive in and find those and discover those opportunities together. But we're also, armed with the knowing what you guys do and what you do well and kind of matching that up. So I want to talk about, in your eyes, I feel like we've had a great collaboration back and forth between our engineering team, and your group. I'll keep it a little bit anonymous, but we did a city together. And so maybe you could talk about kind of how that opportunity came about and how beneficial, that collaboration was, right, from your perspective and just how that transpired.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a great opportunity for both of us. The city came to Telarus, and you guys brought us in to talk to them about an SD-WAN that they wanted to deploy. So we came in, talked to them, made sure VeloCloud was a good fit to see if there was any other vendors that we should look at as well. But came in, heard what they were looking to accomplish, and worked hand in hand with the Telarus team to kind of go through those requirements and questions that we had, and then worked with the customer and provided them the demo and the technical knowledge to make an informed decision that VeloCloud was the proper solution for them after they've already reviewed a number of other solutions out there. In the end, the customer was really excited about the solution. It wasn't too big for them. It wasn't too underpowered for them. And I think that the combination of our two teams working together was able to actually provide the right solution for this customer and give them some room to grow on the platform and expand.
Good. I love hearing about that too. I mean, even after, we always know how it goes usually when we get brought in late, but I love how we're still able to be successful even after they've already looked at some other platforms. So that's good stuff. Yeah. So, as we wrap, we like to get a good understanding of what's coming. And there's some things obviously you can share, some things that you can't share, but, take into consideration partners are doing deals, they're putting deals in the funnel that are going, might be 3 months out, might be 9 months out. Talk to me about what you're able to share in, what's coming for the future of Mosaic, right? Is there integrations? Is there product enhancements, expansion? Walk us down that.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of good things on the horizon. We've recently just launched a work from home offering called Remote Office Service. So what that is we're providing SD-WAN connectivity back to data centers or HQs. So you have secure connectivity to people's home offices paired with managed internet services as well as managed phone services. And we can layer on security and network segregation on top of that to keep the personal traffic separate from business traffic. So that's something we just launched recently. Obviously, work from home is a big topic. So we had customers asking for a solution because they weren't finding the right thing out in the market. So just recently launched that one. We're, like, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be adding another SD-WAN provider to our portfolio, and it's a up and coming vendor, well-known name, even though they are up and coming. I'm sure most people on this watching this video would be able to think of who that may be. Not quite ready to say the name and announce it officially yet. We're still dotting the T's and crossing the I's, but we'll have something to go there soon. We're doubling down on our managed LAN offering. So previously we've done a lot of work around managed switches, firewalls, managed switches, access points, and so on. We're formalizing that offering into something that can be considered more of an office in a box or full network replacement. So you can come to us and say, I want an SD-WAN. At the same time, we can also help you upgrade to some cloud managed networking and so forth, reduce your need for internal network engineering resources and so forth for the customers. We're also going to be continuing to add more Cisco certified personnel to our team, our engineering teams. So we're going to be able to continue to support new offerings and do a lot of great work around the professional services and white glove delivery. Lastly, we're going to be launching a customer-facing support and network monitoring portal. Traditionally, we've had our 24/7, 365 NOC available to everybody, but we're actually going to be enhancing that offering to make it more self-serve in many ways if it's needed. Give better alerting and more visibility into the services that we're managing for our customers.
Good, great stuff. Love to hear all that stuff. Love to see the growth and the progression. So awesome.
Okay,
well, that brings us to the end, man. I appreciate it. Justin Wilson, head of engineering for Mosaic. Justin, thanks for being with us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a blast.
Awesome. Okay, partners, wraps up another video for us here. Season 2, Race to the Summit, Engineering Deep Dive, this time with our friends at Mosaic. Until next time.